jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
What up, it's your boy Roy Jones Jr. and right now you tune into World Combat Sports.
In the building. L Dog on deck. What it do, L Dog? You already know. Big shout out to the supporters. You already know it. Toby Bartlett from across the pond. What it do, what it do, what it do. On deck with it. The XO Factory is on deck. OG, what's good, big bro? I'm on deck. And I smashed the like button on my way in. I appreciate you. Man, they in the building. Appreciate y'all. L Dog, Toby Bartlett, the XO Factory are on deck. Hot Greeks Chronicles EP 95, man. I just want to chop it up a little bit, man, because you know when it comes to WCS, man, people always want to highlight the numbers, but they just get mad about just simple stuff. So it ain't about the numbers. It's just all about something else. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know what it's about. But, man, we on some hot grease, and we're trying to find out about Errol Spence and the tweet that he put out. Early today, I spoke on it briefly. Shout out to NYT on deck. I spoke on it briefly today. Listen, I'm not here to ignore anyone's humanity. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to ignore your humanity. But some of y'all act like you never heard someone speak on boxing before. You want to act like, you know, what I'm saying about certain situations, I'm being a hypocrite about it. So these individuals were saying that I was pretty much speaking on old news when it comes to Errol Spence, Bud Crawford. And that's not what it is at all. If I speak solely on something that I pinpoint that Errol Spence is doing right now, or something that he said, that's not talking about negotiations. Like the other day, I did a live on him ducking. That wasn't talking about old shit. That was just talking about the reality for which people chose to ignore. They chose to ignore everything that was going on right this minute in 2023. He still ain't stepped in the ring yet. So I was saying he was ducking last year because he had all the excuses in the world as to, you know, why the fight didn't happen. And I just didn't hear none of that coming from Bud Crawford. I just heard a guy who was saying that he's ready to spin the block whenever, you know, Spence is. So when it comes down to the Hot Grease Chronicles, you know we have to address Errol Spence Jr. recent tweet that I said earlier on only a kindergartner can love. He put out a tweet, right, in 2022, being that majority of my listeners, I know that they're at least, look, I'm going out on a limb. I'm saying 99.99% of my listeners are over the age of 11. Seriously. Well, the reason why I'm saying that is that I'm pretty sure no one needs flashcards. I don't think right now, if I was to just show up and knock on the door, can I take a look in your quarters, please? I'm just trying to see if you have an old box of Hooked on Phonics. That's all. Because if you do, I have to have you unsubscribe to the channel. For real. At this minute, I need for you to unsubscribe for real. But he put out a tweet, and I just want to speak on a little bit. This is Rob on deck. What's good? Shout out to my guy Shaw News for Sauce Experience, AK Showtime. Shaw, man. You know, he just had the youngest on deck, man. You know what I'm saying? They just got back from Nationals. Salute to the team, the young Warriors that went out there and competed. Shout out to Team Tucker. You already know what it is. And shout out to Shaw News, man. He be out there getting it. The UGK. You know what I'm saying? Mad respect for you, brother. You know what I'm saying? A leader amongst men. You don't have to be told once and a half. Once is enough. And you go out there and do what you do, man. Much respect to you. Continue to grow, man. 9817, what's good? What's good? So let's talk about Mr. Spence and his tweet. Now, once again, I'm not questioning or trying to deny anyone to the name of Errol Spence. I'm not trying to deny or ignore his humanity, because that man is grown and he can do what the hell he want to do. But I just want to talk about a painful reality. That is that he has access to Twitter. And man, for the life of me, bro, I'm being honest, for the life of me with these fighters, some of y'all should not have free access to Twitter. Errol Spence said, "I don't apologize for the inactivity." Now, me reading the first half of this tweet, I'm saying to myself, who are you responding to? Who are you mentioning? Is there a person in your imagination? Who are you speaking about? Because you just start off, "I don't apologize for inactivity." Who told you to apologize, bro? I mean, you're pretty much falling right in line with the average. These fighters this day and time is not on a 2 to 3 a year annual calendar when it comes to fight schedules. We understand that. So you haven't even approached the year yet. All right? You haven't even approached the year. So to start off a tweet like that, "I don't apologize for inactivity," is quite hilarious. I'm glad you put laughing out loud at the end of that bitch, right? He said, "Hopefully it makes sense in a few weeks." Now, this is where it becomes weird again. And you know where I'm going with this, Showtime? This is where it becomes weird. It becomes knick-knack, paddywhack, give us a bone. Weird. Knick-knack, paddywhack, give a listener a bone. Weird. This is another bone that was tossed out there, and people are running with it. Now listen, you know how I'm tempting to reserve, because I don't want people. Look, when I speak, right, you know, people be taking it personal, man. This is damn YTC shit. I'm not speaking about your family. I ain't say I wish you never was born. None of that. I ain't say I was your daddy. None of that shit. But hopefully it makes sense in a few weeks. Have too many individuals running with the motherfucking bone again. I swear to you, I cannot make this up, y'all. No matter how many lives I do, no matter what the title, when I'm coming on here and I'm not speaking about Spence Crawford, there always going to be something else that floats to the surface. And in this case, it was a turd that was sitting at the bottom, right? It was a turd that was sitting at the bottom, and somehow over time with the current, you know, and everything, the fluctuation in the speed of the current, it broke it up, and half of that motherfucker floated to the surface. People are now saying, and Showtime, you can attest to this, they are now saying it's a pending announcement based off what Errol Spencer said. We went through July 4th. We went to September 4th. We went to the Super Bowl with Javante and Ryan. Now, Errol Spence comes out and says, I don't apologize for inactivity, LOL. Hopefully it makes sense in a few weeks. Now people are guessing and they're back on the checkers board. They're back out here and saying, you know what? I don't have to play chess on a chessboard. I can be a chess player on a checkers board. And that's what I'm doing. I'm telling you that he's about to make an announcement. They about to make an announcement. I get no indication from this Errol Spence tweet that he's going to put it out there that him and Crawford is fighting. I have no indication of this, y'all. I have absolutely zero indication that this tweet signifies that announcement is going to be made. But I do want to ask. I want to run some things past some of you all that's out there, and y'all continue to freaking latch on to this shit, right? I want you to do me a favor, right? With Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence topic that comes up, I want you to do me a favor, because you won't do it on your own. I want you to kind of distance yourself from this topic. All right? Too many of you all are still, hanging on to this shit, making it your residence. You feel me? On the YTC. So this what WCS wants you to do. I want you to Airbnb this shit. Airbnb the fuck out of it. Allow somebody else to goddamn take up residence, man. Allow somebody else to do it, bro. Just Airbnb it. I don't want you all, you motherfuckers are squatting in this motherfucking place, right? You have claimed residence. You are without a lease. I just want you to distance yourself from the topic. It's right at this point, man. It's not healthy for boxing because it's casuals that's tuning in every fucking day. They don't need to be listening to this right here. They don't need to be hearing another freaking bogus date of an announcement. They started off 2023, and I was saying to myself, okay, maybe they learned their lesson from 22. They're not going to do all that bullshit. And then, sure enough, they wanted to say the Super Bowl was going to host Ryan Garcia and Javante. That was foul. That was a lie. Now, we back on a tweet. It doesn't give any indication except it'll make sense in a few weeks. Man, humans, we just can't be this way, bro. We can't be this way. Who told you an announcement was going to be made, Matilda? Who said it? I'm just saying, what did you get out of this tweet that an announcement is going to be made? And look, some of you, right, you'll jump in and you'll listen to what I have to say, but then you'll hurry up and leave because the truth hurts. I am asking you simply, respectfully, out of this tweet right here, what did you get that announcement was going to be made in upcoming weeks? He just say, hopefully it makes sense in a few weeks. What does that mean, Errol? Why can't you be more specific? Why can't you clear it up? Why can't you elucidate to the people like you're speaking to adults, bro? Why you have to sit up here and give these distorted tweets, man? I just don't get it. Showtime said, EJ shits on this radical delusional fan base. He probably heard about OGWCS in the park with his slingshot and worried about people saying he was ducking. Hey man, no, that one was just for, one person. Real talk. That was just for one person right there because he was quacking the loudest. That was for him. For real. But back to the promiscuity. I just want to ask, right? Because truth be told, right? I'm not going to lie. This is a topic that we can't ignore. We already are very antsy about seeing this fight. We've been antsy. People have been, some of y'all been full of anxiety, and you definitely want this fight to come to fruition this year. I get it. I get it. You want this fight to happen by all means necessary. I get it, bro. I totally understand why you would continue to stay the course, seeing that the waterfall is in the near distance. You continue to stay the course. You're in a boat, no oars, and you continue to just let it take you on down, right over the edge into the abyss. Because it keeps on disappointing you. Like you think the white cap waves are just gonna clear up and the sun is gonna come out and the water is gonna just cool and you're just gonna float there and it's gonna be like an oasis. No, bro. This is unhealthy, bro. This is unhealthy for the YTC. Where did we get from this tweet? Y'all tell me, what did you get? Who asked Errol Spence to apologize and why? Please. Arrow boy Frank Martin fighting on Tank Ryan card. Maybe they announce it then. Okay. Now we have some input. So is Frank Martin fighting on the Tank and Ryan card in T-Mobile in Vegas? Possibly. Here's another flare in the air, so to speak. L-Dog is firing up the flare in the air like they did last year. Maybe they will announce it in Vegas. I don't know why. You know why I don't know why? Because Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia is the main event on that card. I can see if one of these fighters was fighting on the card. But since everyone is assuming that this fight is going to be next, I get it. I get it where you might be going with it, saying, yeah, they might announce it. But I don't see how, though. Like, let me tell you something. Let me drop a gem to you. All right? This fight right here with Gervonta and Ryan Garcia is pretty much what you would call a test run. Okay? I look at it as being a test run. And I'm going to tell you why I look at this Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis as a test run. Okay, you probably saying, man, what the hell are you talking about a test run? It's not what you think. Say, okay? So we all know that Ryan Garcia signed with Golden Boy. We know that Gervonta Davis is over the track, still with Al Heyman, right? And Mayweather, right? So therefore, if you hear this anywhere else, you know where it came from. So they are basically from two different promotions, and they're fighting. Okay. So if you tie in Terrence Crawford and Golden Boy potentially, and then you take Errol Spence, who's obviously with PBC, Al Heyman, and the hope of that fight happening, it has a lot to do with Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. It does. It has a lot to do with it. Before you lose your mind, I'm about to tell you the third phase of what I mean by that. You have Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis, you have Golden Boy for Garcia, and you have Davis with PBC. All right? So they're fighting in Vegas. Two different promotions. So now you tie in the fact that Terrence Crawford potentially may be with Golden Boy when this fight happened with Errol Spence Jr. There's no way this fight is happening without a promoter. We already know that, okay? So they're going to look at this with a panoptic view and see how the numbers and everything works and all that, and see how both promotions work together and everything, because there's a history between these two. Oscar De La Hoya does not like Al Heyman. Al Heyman, from my understanding, don't like Oscar De La Hoya. All right? These two have a history together. Back in the day, Al Heyman pulled a lot of fighters from Golden Boy. That was used to sign with Golden Boy. Al Heyman, along with another name I'm not going to mention, helped pull these fighters away from Golden Boy. Right? So the history is just poor between them. Now, when it comes to big fights like this, Mayweather has been said, Mayweather was said to have helped this fight happen. Go figure, huh? The most powerful man, one of the most powerful men in boxing, Floyd Mayweather, helped Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia be made. He has a history with Golden Boy. So, if you're looking at the runway, this is a test run, potentially, to see how Golden Boy and PBC plays out with Davis and Garcia. Now, WCS has been on record as saying, I don't believe this fight has happened. And I'm going to stand on that. I'm not bringing in anybody else's freaking content that has said that they want to talk about this, that. I'm not all about that smoke right now. This hot grease is strictly on the topic dealing with Errol Spence and so forth, right? I really don't want the hot grease to spill over and burn other people as innocent bystanders. But it's people that's linking up to this topic once again and trying to insinuate that, oh man, the next announcement is going to be this fight. I don't know where people are getting that from. Steven Espinosa is all over the place with this shit. He's now on record as saying that they never stopped negotiating, but yet he was on record ahead of time talking about, oh, they was blindsided. You can't do business like that if you're gonna blindside somebody and just walk the other way. I mean, where's this guy at? One minute he act like he's dumbfounded and he was taken off guard, and then the next minute he's saying, hey, they never stopped negotiating. I mean, where's this shit coming from? Is it some type of freaking delirium that sits on that high level up there? People can say something in the mic 1 minute, some days go by, and then they come back around and say something totally different. Wasn't Steven Espinosa in the media criticizing Crawford for his business? Wasn't Jamel Charlo just on a Showtime Boxing whining that Crawford does sloppy business? Like that has anything to do with making a fight? I mean, Espinosa's been on record as criticizing Crawford for the fight not happening. And that he's going to have to come with a better attitude, so to speak. He's going to have to check his attitude at the door. That's pretty much what I'm getting. He's going to have to check his attitude at the door. Don't come over here and think you're going to negotiate with us a second time. And with that same attitude that you have, you just got up and walked away from us and turned your... No, we don't want to hear that shit. What is this? What is this stuff that I'm hearing they never stop negotiating? And then you have people up here saying that, yes, absolutely, the fight is going to be announced next. Wake up, people. Wake up. Hey, Felicia. Hey, Lisa Bell's in the building. Shout out, OG. How you feeling this day? How you doing, the queen? Martin King Boxing, what's good with it? Still can't see Lisa Bell's comment at all. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Shout out to my guy, man. Eno on deck. You already know what it is. Salute to you, brother. Chef on deck. Just going through the comments. Bud does great business according to his bank account. Shout out to Charles on deck, man. Yeah, for real, man. I'm pretty sure he had insurance, man. I heard somebody broke into his crib. He put $100K up there. So, after I get off this live, I'm still going out there, man. I'm going back up to Omaha and try to find out who did that shit. Because I'm trying to get that $100K reward for real. What up, there's Trick in here. Yes, sir. Trick Noty is on deck in the building, man. My guy, Big Blunts and Boxing, has arrived. You know what I'm saying? Big blunts and boxing, the GOAT is on deck. And hope I hear some good news for Spence. Okay, so we have people that believing that they want to hear good news. Now let me go to NO. NO say, what do you think the announcement will actually be? So I'm thinking like this. The announcement may potentially be, you know, when I speak to my people, the announcement may potentially be a fight with him and somebody, you know, Thurman. Though him and Thurman are supposed to fight, but people just calling BS on that because they haven't heard Thurman say anything. And they saying Thurman is usually the talker. Thurman's the one that's very boisterous out here. He's the one that's echoing the loudest. Thurman haven't said shit. The last time we heard Thurman talk, wasn't that like what? Last year? It was in 2022 at the end of 2022. Yeah, man, we haven't heard Thurman say anything. So the announcement, if any, I believe is going to be, you know, if it deals with Spence, it's going to be Thurman. And then if it deals with Crawford, of course, it's going to be Alexis Rocha announcing the fight. You know what I'm saying? Because Spence saying, I don't apologize for inactivity. So if they announce Crawford, Alexis Rocha, that means he's going to pretend like he couldn't get the Spence fight again, and that's what he was trying to do. But in fact, the last word we heard was you was fighting Keith Thurman at 154, and the masses, right? The masses didn't agree. The masses was on your head. They didn't agree, and they didn't have anything positive to say about that. So y'all put that out there, non-title fight, but it's a lot that's taking place right now. Errol Spence has mandatories that he has to deal with. So with that said, I think the announcement may be more so Terrence Crawford, you know, Alexis Rocha, or Spence Thurman. I'm definitely not on board. And I know I got, look, the soldiers on deck. Big Blunts has stood in a cement. You know what I'm saying? He has stood in a pool of cement that was drying. He has stood firm that he believes the fight will be announced. The fight of Terrence Bud Crawford and Errol Spence. He believes that. He believes it. I know you didn't. I believe the announcement. Oh my God. Stop, man. Stop it, bro. Stop it. Man, I had to catch my index finger there, Blunts. My shit was about to goddamn roll over there and put you on time. I said, no, don't do that, man. You can't be impulsive like when somebody put an April date out there again. Somebody putting, oh, it's supposed to be a 1-year anniversary since Spence stepped in there with your Dana Zugas. So they're going to announce it April. Man, stop the motherfucking madness, man. Stop that, dog. Don't nobody care about no motherfucking 1-year anniversary of him stepping in. They want to hear fights, and more fights. They don't want to hear no motherfucking bogus ass dates that everybody's been dashing. You know you don't get your food right when it's DoorDash. Motherfuckers done ate your shit. They up here delivering half-ass meals. That's what freaking Big Bunch and Boxing attempted to do. He tried to DoorDash that motherfucker. Drop some shit off at the door and run and shit. Open the bag up, fries gone. Burger half eaten. No, man, stop DoorDashing comments over here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares about that fight now. For sure. I look at it this way. You're always going to have those individuals because the aerosexuals seem like if this fight doesn't happen for Spence because it's some uncertainty there with whether they truly believe that Spence can beat Crawford. So for them, it's vindication. You know what I'm saying? It's vindication. This fight happened. They want to see can he step in the ring with Crawford and become vindicated from what people believe is absolutely imminent. And we all know what that imminent is. Bud Crawford knocking Errol Spence clean the fuck out. So for the aerosexuals, they feel like, man, we gotta have this fight, man. Man, we just want him to not throw it all away at welterweight, man. He did all the heavy lifting. We just want him to cross the finish line. No, you can't cross the finish line now. That's one more belt. That's one more belt you got to get. You can't cross the finish line. That's not how the race goes. You was doing all the heavy lifting. You wanted to be motherfucking, parkour, jumping over shit, going from damn champ to champ, making fights harder than what they supposed to do. Saying, jumping off of curves at high rates of speed, just doing what you was doing, bro. I'm just saying. But now your aerosexuals totally get it that they want this fight because, truth be told, Bud don't need this to solidify his legacy like it's been out there already. But for Errol Spence, he does. He needs this fight to pretty much solidify his welterweight legacy. He needs this fight. He needs Bud. Like so many other boxers have needed one another, Errol Spence needs a Bud Crawford on his resume. He needs him. Unfortunately for him, Errol Spence, you know what I'm going to say. Unfortunately for him, Terrence Crawford will be on his resume, but it's going to be on the damn right side as you're looking at BoxRec, goddammit. It's going to be to the far right. 10. Fall in. That's where it's going to be. Right over there in the red. And it's going to be talked about. Well, no one has heard from Errol Spence. No, I want y'all to keep the same energy. I want the aerosexuals to be rebels. I want them to be defiant in defeat. I want y'all to continue to roam and monger your punk asses out here on the YTC and goddamn talk your shit. And look, if I call aerosexual a punk ass, right? Y'all niggas stop taking it personal like I'm calling your name. Like I have no problem if it's smoke to say a name, but damn, y'all dudes, I feel that when I say aerosexuals, y'all line up and shit. He talking to me, he talking to me, he talking to me, he talking to you, he talking to me, he talking to me, he talking to you. Y'all niggas be taking ownership. I'm just saying aerosexuals, bro. Whoever you may be, aerosexuals. Stop taking it as if I'm calling one person's name and then you word of mouth tell that person, the next person, all y'all mad. Fuck that bitch ass nigga. Man, stop it, bro. But I almost goddamn put Big Blunt. Look, I almost put Blunts on the motherfucking damn timeout, y'all. He came on here with some 1 year anniversary bullshit. He know damn well. He said, y'all gonna see I got 200 on the line with multiple people. The signs was there the whole time. No. You know who you're talking to, Blunts? You're talking about the signs was there, right? The stop signs was there, god damn it. The stop signs, the yield sign was there. The detour sign was there for you. It was telling you, no, don't go that way. Go that way. Sir, it's no through traffic. I'm telling you, the detour signs was there, the yield signs and the stop signs was there, okay? All the signs was there the whole time, bro. You just failed to adhere to the signs themselves. They was giving you directions on where to go. I'm telling you, man. We've been through this several times before. Look, you've been wrong already on this multiple times. You've been wrong. Now you're digging back to April. You know what I'm saying? You're going back to April. Stop it, bro. Stop it, dog. Don't, man, just leave it alone there, Blunts, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let your credibility FICO continue to grow, man. Stop having derogatory inquiries on your damn, your integrity FICO, dog. Come on, man. You got them fucking with your FICO. Bud already Hall of Famer, so he doesn't need that fight. The one division champ needs it. Yes, sir. Errol Spence, we know he needs that fight. He needs a Terrence Crawford fight, man. He needs that. Because that man has already had the T-shirt. Bud Crawford has already had the T-shirt. He wore that already. He's been undisputed. He's been undisputed. He wasn't the one at welterweight talking about, oh, I'm going to be undisputed. I'm going to be undisputed. He wasn't the one at welterweight saying he's going to take the easy route. I don't want to talk about that because they're going to say I'm being a hypocrite and talking about it. I don't know what's happening. No, not at all, bro. Just several weeks ago, Blunts, I thought the recovery at work, you know what I'm saying? I thought my recommendation for over-the-counter medication had finally worked for you. I thought that we was on the road to recovery, goddammit. And sure enough, there has been a relapse. You went right back to the very same pothole. The pothole that's always have that water in it. That dirty ass motherfucking water, and cars just keep running over that bitch. You went back to the same pothole of misery with this topic. You're back on April. I thought we had left this shit alone, bro. I thought we had left it alone. Serious. Chef said Spence has no 7. If they have to get on the scale for 147 and 154, Errol can last to the end of the fight. Look, this is what we're assuming. All right. First of all, WCS is gonna put it out there again. Is Spence signed up with VADA? I just want to know. It's just a very innocent. It's a very innocent question. I just want to know, is he signed up for VADA? Okay, that's just the very first question. Number 2, I would definitely like to know if anybody can gain some type of visual entry to see if he's weighing himself, test weights. Does anyone have any information on test weights? Has he test weight anytime soon? I know it's March, but what is his weight right around now? 196 and a half, 3/4, 207. What is his weight? Because I just seen Biggie Malls. Biggie Malls looked like he was sitting at about 270. You know what I'm saying? 270, 279 and a half. So I'm wondering, are they just giving away the beef over there in Texas? Because them dudes are eating good. For real. Them dudes are eating good. It's either the beef or them premium smothered crab legs. They must be selling them for the low. You feel me? Because them boys are eating very well over there. I wish Charlo would grow a pair and fight Bud. That's a bigger legacy fight than Spence, really. I'm over the BS. Hey, man, talk your shit, Andrew. Hey, I'm on board with one fighter bringing the other up, right? That would be a fight to bring Charlo up because no one cares about Charlo at this point. But if we're talking about Bud Crawford fighting him a weight division below and to come up, it's a lot of history behind that. It's a lot of history based off what Charlo has said. It's a lot of history based off what the hardware that Charlo has earned, being the undisputed super welterweight world champion. Plus, he's under the tutelage of Derek James over there at World Class Boxing. It's a lot of history. It's a lot of history. But the high risk is that Charlo, if he does accept the fight, if he makes it past Zoo, right? He accepts the fight. I'm curious to know who's gonna approve it. Will Al Heyman approve it? Or does Errol Spence have to approve it first? Because the last time we checked, a certain media segue was back there, and it was caught on camera when Errol Spence said, "Oh, man, he ain't fighting. If I can't fight him, he can't fight him." So he pretty much said, if he can't get the fight, Terrence Crawford ain't getting the fight. And to me, it was disturbing. That was disturbing to me because I just couldn't understand why you of all people would be interfering with somebody else's fight. You are the person that said you wanted to take the easy route. Did anybody interfere with your fight? No. The only time you were supposed to get Pacquiao and your eye fell out, so therefore Ugas had to fight him. Did anybody interfere with your fight? Did anybody interfere with you taking the easy route and picking up those 3 titles? Nobody interfered with you, right? So therefore, why would you insert yourself in a fight that would be damn good for boxing? We get to see both fighters challenged. We get to see Jermell Charlo and Terrence Crawford. That would be a damn good fight. Plus, it'll raise the Wall Street of both fighters. Both fighters. It'll be great. But getting back to the task at hand, right? Getting back to the flattery of boxing, we're talking about Errol Spence and certain things that just make us feel a certain way. If anybody's over there in Texas, I just want you to, reach out to that guy and say, man, can you just clear some shit for us on Twitter? Man, you're talking to grown people. You're talking to grown adults. Just clear some shit up. What do you mean? We'll see in a few weeks. Are you fighting Thurman? Are they going to announce the Thurman announcement? Or Bud Crawford's going to fight Alexis Rocha and you feel like, well, there you go right there. He didn't want to fight me. He wanted to fight his... Come on, bro. We can't read in between every line. We can't assume like blunts. His best bet is the catchweight fight. But I'm just saying, like, let's just say he has the catchweight. What do you mean by hopefully it'll make sense in a few weeks? Is that Errol Spence fighting Keith Thurman? Or is that Bud Crawford fighting Rocha? Because, like I said, I'm a stand on mine. I don't believe this fight between Crawford and Spence is happening. I know it's happening. Fuck the Spence fans and their feelings. Hey, man, you know how they go, man. Every time I hear a aerosexual talk there, I think a New Edition. You know what I'm saying? Sensitivity. If they the ones who sung that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's all I hear. I hear sensitivity, bro. Sensitivity. 1 year is normal today. Absolutely, Bruce. 1 year in the annual calendar with a single fight for a professional boxer is normal. That's the normalcy that we know to be true in this era. Absolutely. So for you to come up here and tell me I don't apologize for the inactivity, this shit doesn't make any sense once again, bro. It doesn't make no sense at all because you're acting like you're defending yourself. You're acting like you're explaining something to whoever you're talking to. Who are you talking to, first of all? I don't apologize for the inactivity. Who asked you to apologize? Because the hardcore fight fans know, just like Bruce just mentioned, that's normacy, bro. That's normacy right now. So why would you happen to apologize for anybody? Unless you subliminally apologizing to Big Blunts and Boxing for disappointing him because he is putting in work. He is putting in hours, believing the fantasy fight is on the horizon. For real. But what I will suggest for Errol Spence is that being that you have hardcore fans out there like Big Blunts and Boxing, when this announcement is made in a few weeks, and it's not who he believed it to be, I want you to go at least 75% of his medical bills. Because him and some aerosexuals, bro, I'm telling you, it's going to be tyranny. I'm serious. It's going to be like the movie Get Out. It's going to be like Independence Day. Like goddamn Zombie. It's going to be a lot of movies combined when this announcement doesn't get made, bro. Bud and Errol the catchweight. Okay, so what would it benefit if Errol said, Terrence, I'm coming for the effing belt. He said that, bro. So for them to fight at the catchweight, how does that benefit him at this point? He need to fight for undisputed. He need to get with that nutritionist that he had for Ugas Ugas that had that nigga looking like Chris Rock in New Jack City. Motherfucker was skinny as hell. All I was doing is looking for a pipe. Hey, Wesley, where that pipe at, man? The one that he's supposed to prop. The pipe they're gonna use for the prop for Chris Rock. Where's that pipe at? Somebody using it? I know that shit was real. I knew that shit was real, goddammit. Where is the nutritionist that he had for Ugas Ugas? Because a month and a half out, it looked like Errol Spence was down to 122. He could have fought super bantamweight, dog. It looked like him and freaking Cool Boy Steph was in the same weight class. Look, Errol Spence had light shoulders. His shoulders was even small. You know what I'm saying? That dude was shredded. I was like, hold up. Is this where my money has been going? $1 a day to feed a child in need? Is this where my donations have been going? Because somebody is not feeding them guys. For real. Somebody is not feeding them. I have a automatic allotment and money comes out every week. And I'm looking on TV to say, okay, let me see what my money is, what my investment, you know what I'm saying? I'm freaking giving them, donating. Why are these guys looking hungry as shit? What are they feeding them, man? Pediasure? What are they feeding these motherfuckers? Pediasure? Errol Spence looks skinny as hell. Well, you need to find that same nutritionist and get in shape for Terrence Crawford. We cannot have this fight at the catchweight, bro. We got to have it at 147. 147 is the limit. We got to have that shit at 147, y'all. Stop playing. Stop playing, bro. Stop playing. We're not going to continue to go through the stand switching. This topic died away. It died down a little bit. People leave the fuck alone. And then all of a sudden, somebody sneaks on Twitter without permission and sends out a tweet. Now they back at it. Hey man, just believe in yourselves. Just believe in yourselves. This fight is going to happen. Believe. No, we don't want to believe. There's no confidence. We don't want to believe this shit. We're not sipping on that no more. Now, some people that still, grab the cup and tilt that bitch up with nothing inside because they just want to go through the motion of being disappointed. That's what I always say to these cats. They just want to go through the motion of being fucking disappointed. They will go a whole week with that cup in their hand and pretending like they drinking shit, wondering why they dehydrated as a motherfucker. Because they refuse to acknowledge the reality, bro. Fill your cup up with something of nutritional value. Stop playing around with this information and going through unnecessary stress, bro. I'm being real. I'm being as real as I can be. Now this is the mentor talking to some of you, dog. Why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you doing this, man? I want y'all to stay healthy, bro. Trick, WCS, take Blunt's wrench and give this dude a tennis racket. Man, damn, that's slick, bro. That is slick. I'm gonna say that shit is slick, Trick. I see where you're going with it. Because goddamn it, I ain't gonna lie, Blunt's be playing tennis with this topic. I swear to God, that must be serving 40 love. 40 love. Advantage. I swear to God, he be playing tennis, don't he? For real. He think he up. Advantage. No. They go from love all the way up for match point, dog. I see where you're going. He be switching sides. He just be hitting that target back for bam. Come on, Blunts. You can't do that to yourself no more, bro. And though the Spence Man fans going to be popular once Spence drop them belts, crying in the car going to be a hot song for them. Dude, do you know Martin King, right? As many of these people that do lives in a freaking vehicle, do you know how many of them motherfuckers gonna have their hazard song pulled over on the side of the road? If you catch one of them motherfuckers, right, you drive by and you have to look over there. It's gonna be just like it is in the movie when you see that person holding on with two hands on the steering wheel and they beating their head in that mother, and the horn keep going beep beep beep. That's what you're gonna see, bro. That's what you're gonna see. Them ones gonna be beating their head on the thing steering wheel. Bing bing bing. I'm telling you, bro, man. Hey, whoever around these aerosexuals, man, they break this news and he vacate the motherfucker. See, I ain't said nothing about this shit the whole live. Martin King brought this shit up. He wanted to be the antagonist tonight. See, I wanted to still give him hope of doing something spectacular, like fighting one of his mandatories or whatever the case may be. I want to still give this man just a smidget on his fight core of integrity. Just a smidget, y'all. I want to give him a smidget. So I didn't speak on him and his belts or him possibly vacating his belts. I just left it alone. Because you can't take everything from the aerosexuals. They don't know how to handle it. They see you on other people's panels. They come over there stalking you. You know what I'm saying? Just doing crazy, weirdo shit. That's why I just left the belts alone, man. But hey, y'all want anybody to blame? Blame Martin King Boxing, man. Don't blame me. He the one mentioned the belts. I didn't. I still had a little bit of love, just a little bit, to the point where I didn't mention those belts. I left it alone. Blunt said, what's crazy is y'all know Spence ain't fighting Thurman. And Bud ain't fighting Rocha. They're both better and smarter than that. See, I wasn't going to do it to you, Blunt, but I'm looking for that tennis racket right now, dog. I'm looking for that tennis racket for real. Because, no. People don't know that, bro. You was just on here saying that you had cleared your head, like your mind was free and clear. Bro, it seemed like you was back to civilization and you wasn't wandering around the streets like you was in the movie set of I Am Legend, dog. I thought you had came back, dog. I thought you motherfucking came back, man. God damn. Dude, when they say cut, final scene, all right, that's a wrap. Dude, you supposed to leave the movie scene and go on back home to your regular life. You stayed on that motherfucker. Just walking around telling people, oh, I'm looking for the dog, my dog. Yeah, I think he went in that dark room right there. I don't know. Per the movie, man, supposedly those guys that was in the dark, they was just actors. But I don't believe it. I still hear some motherfuckers in there breathing. Let me see. Anybody leave a gun on the set? A real one? You know, the same one I used on Fred. No, they took it? Oh, shit. Man, somebody. Man, I'm looking for a tennis racket trick. If anybody got a tennis racket, man, I need to give him a tennis racket. YouTube. You need to put some damn emojis up there, man, for the wrenches. You can change their wrench, you know what I'm saying, to a tennis racket when they switching up on you. For real. That's a good suggestion there, Trick. Find a motherfucking tennis racket. If they keep on trying to switch and back and forth and hit those topics back and Bud has WBO. Bud gets to fight before Arrow. Unless major fuckery and ducking is afoot. Oh, it is afoot. Okay? It is, absolutely. Absolutely. We already know he hasn't mentioned anything positive about wanting to fight Bud Crawford. You know them Charlos don't want that. That's why I was over there with that slingshot, bro. No, come on, stop. Man, he does not give any indication that he's down for the cause. Real talk. No indication whatsoever. No indication that he's ready for the smoke. No indication that he's ready to let his hands do the talking and let the bullshit do the walking. He haven't convinced us that that's him. All we've heard is erratic back and forths when he's in the presence of Brian Custer, and we hear, Brian Custer ask him the tough questions. That's one thing I tell him. But like I said, he asked him the tough questions and he come out his mouth with some crazy shit, bro. I just find his commitment to just say, yeah, I want to fight Terrence Crawford is absent. It's absent. It's AWOL, as they call it in the Army. He refuses to take accountability and commitment to saying, I'll fight him. I'll fight him, no problem. I'll fight him. I will fight him. Just like Mikey Garcia when he came up and fought Errol. See, don't get me started on comparisons and reflection, no windows I deal with, right? Errol Spence was the same one who allowed that little small dude to come up, right? Did anybody interfere and say, oh, if I ain't fought Mikey Garcia, you can't fight him? So therefore, if you allow the dude to come up 2 weight classes, but yet you're trying to interfere from a fighter that's already been undisputed to come up 1 weight class? No, dude. That's some fuckboy shit right there. Nah, fuck that. Welcome to the website. Last tested was in June 2019. Wow, that is just unfreaking fortunate. Why did y'all have to go up here and use these search engines? If the last time he had signed up for VOD is 2019, I have a question for the aerosexuals. Why is that the case that this man has not been signed up to VADA since 2019? June. Granted, that was before the Sean Porter fight. Once again, that was before the Sean Porter fight. So to any one of you aerosexuals out there, all right, let's use some different mental technique here. Please do some brainstorming as to why Errol Spence is not signed up for VOD as we speak. And this man was just seen out in public at around 199.33. So if he was close to being a cruiserweight, and he comes here in a couple of weeks and his shirt off and he's shredded, we'll know why. We'll know why. You know what I'm saying? Don't come over here and act like you have some glassy comparisons. Well, I ain't really see it like that. I wipe my eyes twice. I ain't. He looked like that when he was at the Frank Martin fight. I don't know what you talking. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Have some integrity. Our boy Blunts keep the faith. Man, Blunts, sometimes I believe he just be, having a little free-spirited fun. And then other moments, it just gets a little concerning. Because, like I said, I believed he was on the road to recovery, right? But now it's clear to see that this man has relapsed. Blunts has relapsed into believing that this gonna be a fight that's made, man. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. I was like, no, he did it. He pulled through. I love it. Yes. I was giving him the process. Yes, man, he pulled through. And now he come over here tonight. And just because Errol Spence have manipulated him once again, have went out here and put a tweet that makes no sense to nobody, he's relapsed back into the conundrum of Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. I swear to God. I swear to you, man, I cannot make this shit up. I cannot make this shit up, bro. They love filming videos in their mom's car. Stop it, dog. So you saying, what you saying is, if the title was to be retrieved, if the title was to be retrieved, if they have the title, if the information was to be retrieved where the title location is at, it would not be their name, it would be their mother's. Wow. So then it gets to the point of integrity. If that's your mother's vehicle, then therefore I want to see some type of itemized list that you're breaking her off some of the bread that you're making on YouTube doing all these live streams inside her vehicle. There, for real. And nobody's in this chat is dry snitching, first of all. I thought that was a very legitimate they made. You know what I'm saying? If that's your mother's vehicle, you should promote it like that. And you should be able to present us with an itemized receipt that you are breaking her off some bread for using her vehicle as a mobile headquarters. Seriously. That's what that. No, Blunts. It don't make sense, bro. It don't make sense, man. It does not make sense. Just like a mongoose to a king cobra. It doesn't make sense that you would ever see anybody walking down a dirt road and say, hey, this guy right here and that guy over there, we raised them as babies. Yeah. The normal instinct of a mongoose is to basically tease and faint and rip the head off of a cobra. No, not here. They grew up as kids. Never once has cobra tried to strike the mongoose, nor has the mongoose tried to take the head off of the cobra. No, Blunts. It doesn't make sense, bro. You're not going to persevere with that. I want you to understand something. It takes a lot of energy to do what you're doing. And understand, I have patience. But I was absolutely, I'm going to be honest, I was absolutely certain there, Blunts, that you had turned the corner and you had left Spence Crawford behind. I thought you had made the transition and you have left that shit in the rearview mirror. You cannot continue to have an appetite for this shit, bro. Leave that to the aerosexuals, their Blunts. Don't put yourself in it. When you read a tweet like this, I don't apologize for inactivity. Hopefully it makes sense in a few weeks. Blunts, you have to read in between the lines, man. You're a smart dude, bro. Why are you allowing him to manipulate you like this for free? Why are you allowing him to do that? That's a trap. Trap God. That's a trap, bro. That's a trap. What's going on, Sir Singh? How you feeling, bro? Say Facebook. Smiling, Facebook, smiling. Oh, okay. I see it over there on YouTube. Okay. I see it. But yeah, that's where I'm at with this topic thriller. You know what I'm saying? This is where I'm at with it. Because truth be told, man, deep down inside, right? When this initially started making its rounds on YTC, I was pretty much on point to say, yeah, I want to see the fight. Why not? I want to see Crawford go in there and put them ambient combinations on Spence's jawline, you know, massage him into a deep sleep. That's what I wanted to happen. I wanted him to do that shit. But then it got to a point where all the manipulation, the puppetizing of the media, and all this shit kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You know what I'm saying? And then You know, when he gets out the ring in April, somehow the paperwork doesn't float around to the hands of Crawford until August. Now, I'm not walking back down that dirt road. I'm just saying, for everyone who followed the situation like myself, you need to place a freaking limit on that amount. You need to place a limit on how much you're gonna catalog, how much information you're gonna catalog on this Spence Crawford situation before you have an over the limit balance. No bank you know allows you to go over the limit without some type of penalty, right? So you just use that. You know what I'm saying? Just use that the same way. Like you don't want to continue to catalog this bullshit. Just because it's an important topic, it's a very popular topic out here. All I want to know is, what did y'all get from I don't apologize for inactivity when it's normacy for a fighter to fight once in the annual calendar? Nothing. Hopefully it makes sense in a few weeks. So I'm going to tell y'all like this. I'm not going to go up here and say, well, let's wait for a few weeks and see what happens. I don't want to wait for anything. We have Caleb Plant and David Benavidez coming up. We have freaking Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. Naoya Inoue has pulled out due to injury. So Cool Boy Steph, when I thought we was gonna be able to see him, Inoue is injured. Inoue is injured, bro. And to be honest, I don't think it was any replacement because the fight was gonna be in Japan, so I don't think it's gonna be any replacement. So Cool Boy Steph, I know he's been working hard in the lab. He's out of a fight. You know what I'm saying? He's out of a fight coming up. We got Jahi Tucker on that top ranked card. We got Robeisy Ramirez in the main event facing Isaac Dogboe. And this is next week. You know what I'm saying? We got Jahi Tucker going there for his 10th professional fight at 154, looking strong as ever. You know what I'm saying? Just was in there with a heavyweight, damn near. You got Abdullah Mason on that card. You got Delonte Johnson, which is A.K. Tiger Johnson. You got Xander Zayas. He pulled out. Now you got Joet, what's his name? Joet Gonzalez facing Enrique Rivas. I mean, pretty good card over there in Tulsa. Pretty damn good card. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty damn good card. Sweet potatoes. Pop on deck was good. What I love is an Arrow YouTuber telling me I get my boxing info from YouTube channel. Man, that's some airhead type shit, ain't it? Look, they can't tell you nothing. They can't tell you nothing until they hold themselves intellectually accountable, because they be playing dumb too much, man. Look, when you try to talk boxing with an aerosexual on that topic, they try to play dumb like you ain't heard the same replay over and over again. Why did he get up? Why he didn't sign the contract? Why he didn't sign the contract? Why he didn't sign the contract? Al Heyman, and he tried to go behind Al Heyman. You can't go behind Al Heyman back. How can you be that much of a casual? You can't go behind Al Heyman's back. If you talk to Errol Spence on the phone one-on-one, all it is a conversation on the phone. You can't go behind Al Heyman's back. Just like no fight will be made with Bozy and Jerron making a fight without Cameron Duncan. You can't go behind these dudes' back. They're in place for a reason. If a manager is in place for a reason with a fighter, then guess what? If they just there and they're placeholders, why? Why even hold down a slot then? Why does a fighter have to pay a manager? If they can go over their head and make a fight on their own, why don't the fighter just go and do that all the time? Hey, it ain't happening. So when they start talking about the same stuff, man, there ain't no combo we ain't seen before. We done seen that shit. We done heard it. Oh man, we just so exhausted hearing the same thing. So and so did. Man, we so tired of it. What we do know is Terrence Crawford. He fought Dave Avenesian to be okay. That's what we know. we know since Yadinas Ugas, we haven't seen old boy in the ring. We haven't seen Spence in the ring. But we have seen him next to a ring. You know what I'm saying? We have seen him enter the ring for another fighter of his, but we haven't seen him entering the ring as the fighter that's going to compete since April 16th of 2022. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. No doubt, Sir Senior. Salute, bro, at WCS, just listening. Appreciate you pulling up there, Sir Senior, for real. A few weeks, how long is that supposed to be? If you know something, just say it already, god damn it. I'm really not into weekly riddles from Spence. Man, perfect. I don't want to hear no weekly riddles anymore, man. Don't bring me into a football field and say, hey, you know what? We're gonna try something different today. We're gonna get a baseball bat and we're gonna simulate. No, it's not happening, bro. No, hear me out, man. You're gonna get 3 pitches. If anyone can hit the post, it's a home run. All right? Man, stop this bullshit, dog. We don't want to hear weekly riddles. We don't want to hear none of that. We want to hear intellectual intellectual tweets, especially with boxing fans who are freaking starving for big fights. We don't have time for all this other nonsense, bro. I'm purposely doing that just so people can talk about it and put your name out there. I think really that's the slick part of what they do. They knew that they know we're gonna grab a hold of it and just put the information out there and do live streams on it. That's what I believe. We don't need no riddles, bro. We just tell us straight up what it is. It does us a whole lot more to just know what the facts are. I mean, that's not how Bud Crawford get down, bro. That's not how Bud Crawford get down. And if by chance there's an announcement, I'm standing on my corners, and I truly believe it's gonna be, you know, the left or the right. It's gonna be Errol Spence fighting who he's fighting. It's gonna be Terrence Crawford fighting, you know, Alexis Rocha. That's what I believe. That's what I'm sticking with. And you know, I'm not gonna change my mind. You know what I'm saying? It's not a hard round to score. For real. It's not a hard round to score for me, bro. I'm gonna stand on my shit. And that's where I'm at with it. That's where I'm at with it, man. I think it's gonna be dichotomized. It's gonna be a lane right up the middle. And on the left, you're gonna have Terrence Crawford, Rocha, and then on the right, whoever Errol Spence is fighting. That's the way it feels to me. Or, like someone mentioned, a lot of people are talking about vacating the belts. So therefore, it's a lot that you can read into this. Hopefully it makes sense in a few weeks, man. He overweight, vacating the belts, fighting at 154, all this other bullshit that I don't want to speculate on, but that may be the case with him. That may be the freaking case, y'all. That may be the case. So if that is indeed the case, it's going to provide some type of freedom for the listeners so we don't have to talk about this no more for several months. We can just get to what we know, what fight is happening, and move the fuck on. That's it. We don't need no other statistics. We don't want to hear what nobody else says. No, man. We understand who's fighting who. And if Bud Crawford is fighting Alexis Rocha, and that's a knockout, I'm waiting to see again. Lucky number 8. I'm waiting to see it. I don't have no hesitation to say you can't hold only one person accountable in 2023. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit up here and say, well, we're gonna sit up here and say, well, we would have hoped that he fight Errol Spence. He's supposed to fight Errol Spence. He should have fought. Like it's all on him. No, the culpability isn't strictly lying with Bud Crawford. If Stephen S. is telling you the inflation is real, TV time is costing more, it's harder to make the fights because of PPV piracy, He's giving you all the info, and then come over here talking about they never stop negotiating. What is that about? What type of clown shit is that? What do you mean they never stopped negotiating, and you admitted that he walked away from the damn negotiation? What are you talking about? What are they saying? How can you say that they never stopped negotiating, bro? How can they not? How can they never? Okay, if they never stopped negotiating, why would Crawford send a tweet out and say I'm ready to spin the block when you are? Why would Spence sit up here and sending out stuff about drafts and all that if they were still negotiating? The shit don't make sense. It doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense because both of these fighters, truth be told, spoke on it. No, I wouldn't say spoke on it, but one fighter in Errol Spence sent out tweets when Bud Crawford actually spoke on it on social media. So it's another way to be in denial. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, bro. What about what Bud tweeted today? What did he tweet? What Bud tweet today? What did he tweet? I'm curious. Tweet. What did he tweet? Now you there. What about what Bud tweeted? What did Bud tweet, bro? Let me see. Everything happens for a reason. I'm still focused at what matters most, and that's bigger than that little shit they took. Watch. So he's talking about his jewelry, his stuff being stolen out of his house. You know what I'm saying? He's still focused on the task at hand, like he always is. He's focused on boxing. He's focused on putting Errol Spence, in a parallel position. You know what I'm saying? And allow him to be serenaded by the referee. Okay, 2 days. Let's go. He's talking about what did he okay, let me go over here. I'm missing something. Let me go ahead. Everything happened. Let's go. I think it's crazy how these spam texts. What did he mention, Blunt? I mean, come on, bro. Come on, man. I didn't see anything that was pertinent to anything except his house being broken into and them stealing his jewelry. I don't know if that fight happening next. No, not at all, bro. I don't play like that. I don't play like that. I've been on record and I stay true to it. I don't have no faith in the announcement being anything concerning Spence and Bud. Like, answer me this, bro. Like, real talk, man. Like, how many times do you have to hear the news that's totally opposite of what you expected for you to take that punishment, right? You take the abuse. It take you several days to recover from that abuse. During that time, you're experiencing incredible pain, and then you return back to the scene for which you was abused with the same type of energy. You allow yourself to return back to those abusers, right? And you take the abuse again voluntarily. Like, each time I get stronger, I keep on being abused, and every recovery period, I just feel like I recover quicker and quicker and quicker. But even though the abuse just get more lethal and it hurts more, I'm telling you, I just shed tears all the time, man. It gets tough. But I'm growing with each and every time they slap me with cactus hands, and I just sit there and take it, and I remove each one of those pine needles one by one. I just remove one by one. It teaches me intestinal fortitude. Now stop it, Blunts. Stop it, bro. Come on, stop it. Stop playing, man. Stop playing, Blunt. Stop playing. Stop playing, bro. Errol can barely talk right now and say things like Cap. I don't think being intellectual is real. Man, you ain't lying, bro. See, I I see you on other chats, right? All I'm saying, but you're making some damning comments about him that you're gonna have to face the tactical freaking aerosexual squad when they're out on the patrol, because you know they be over here screenshotting. All right, they be over here screenshot. They was on Operation WCS screenshot, and see, you go in somebody else's chat, they're gonna screenshot your comment, and then not only that, you put an emoji, a laughing emoji at the end. You gotta be careful about that. You gotta be careful about that shit, cause that emoji is like a perk. That they see that emoji, that's like a perk. Seriously, that's like a Percocet, dog. That get them all. Oh my God. Seriously, they see that emoji, that's like perks, man. It goes straight to their head. That's, I can't believe. Screenshot that. Save it. Save it. And I know he's over in my chat too. I know he is. We'll get him once he come back over there. We'll get him. Don't worry about it. I'm telling you, be careful. Be careful. They're gonna be out there waiting on you. Well. If it ain't NO with the laughing emojis, you a laughing ass nigga, huh? As you said, Bud was talking about staying focused on doing what he's doing and not letting the recent robbery throw him off the tracks. I don't get the confusion a lot of people being expressing regarding that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what anyone else can say. That he seems like, yeah, in light of what happened, he's still focused on his fight. He's still focused. That's what I got. And then, he was just out there in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? He was just out there in Vegas. They had sparring out there in Vegas. And from what I heard, he was out there. So, now, bro, Bud is always focused. That's what keeps him ahead of the game. And also in the conversation of some of the, a lot of these legends and people who's been a part of the sport for a long time. Yeah, man. That's why. Because he's always, maintained dedication, staying on weight. You never seen Bud really, overweight, like he wasn't in the gym. And then, another thing I was able to respect is that when he came down here to support Shakur Stevenson and Jamel Herring, two fighters that used to train under the same umbrella, the B&B umbrella, he came down here and got some work in, man. He didn't get work in with Tito Trinidad. He didn't ask for no work from freaking Medrick Taylor. He came down here and got work with the youngins, man. Seriously, he came and got work with the youngins, man. Hitchens, Brian Norman Jr. He went and got work with the youngins. He wasn't going out here on the phone. Hey, man, yeah. Cannot be below 50. Okay? No, I'm just saying. He came down here and got work with the youngins, man. That's what I respect about that. He came and got work with the youngins like he always do. He wasn't going out here with goddamn the windows all sprayed down with the Christmas snowflake effect. Nobody can see inside the gym. You got to get a biometric scan of your full body. You know what I'm saying? Before you go up in there. I swear, man, you got to have tests within in freaking an hour before you enter and shit. You got to have a saliva test. Man, they got to go through every bag, give you a cavity check. All that, bro. Hey, that over there, their admissions is different, bro. For real. The John T. Crawford over there in Omaha, man. I don't see the signs, bro. Real talk, I don't. Oh man, if you put an emoji, you definitely catching a screenshot. For real, man. That emoji, man, that's like that. But that's dope. They see that emoji, they go crazy, man. They become erratic for real. They see that laughing emoji. Oh me. LOL F the Aerosexual Squad. I'm Marines. Yeah, I'm a Marine. Words and online BS don't phase me for sure, man. Hoorah! You know what I'm saying? Don't phase at all. I go to other chats from time to time to roast them. Yeah, man. I'm telling they're gonna be waiting on you, bro. They're gonna stop. They're gonna say, hey, hold up for a second. They're gonna pay all the attention to you. No, I don't know who you are, man, but we don't fuck with them over there. They gonna give you the speech. And you gonna put something like, okay, who are you speaking on exactly? With a laughing emoji. Oh, first of all, okay, you dropping emojis. Okay, let's put the screenshot. Hey, drop the screenshot. This nigga, okay, drop the screenshot. This nigga love emojis, right? Drop the screenshot. See, we got you. And see, just to think, you got a wrench over here too. You got a wrench. And when I saw you over there at WCS, I said, the fellas was telling me, man, take NO's wrench, man. Take his wrench. He's over there in that nigga's chat, man. Take his wrench. Man, I swear, they don't want to have no fun on this motherfucker. Everything got to be serious, dog. But, man, hey, appreciate y'all pulling up and sitting and listen to this shit, man. Like, truth be told, I actually had this up here for the damn near the entire time, man. You know what I'm saying? But it was a Hot Grease Chronicles. You know what I'm saying? Really. EP 95. Shout out to Omaha's own Terrence Crawford. Continue to do what you're doing. But truth be told, let's keep it zoomed in on what the hell Errol Spence is talking about. You know what I'm saying? Be smart, be intelligent. You know, let the people know that you ain't him. You ain't him or her. The ones that have to have an interpreter, they need a tutor. You know, they grew up with the helmets. You know what I'm saying? The short buses. You know what I'm saying? No, let them know that's not where you at, bro. For real. You're different. You different. But y'all hold this shit down, man. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports. Appreciate everyone who pulled up. I'm out.